What's up, guys? Cody with Sonic Electronics. We've got Aaron from Kicker with us here. We're at the Kicker booth at SEMA 2024, and we're taking a look at the hottest subwoofer in the lineup, maybe even on the market. It's the Kicker Solo X subwoofers here. So Aaron, what is it about the Solo X that really just pushes that barrier for subwoofers?
We've been doing sub bass for more than 50 years. This is the pinnacle of technology for subwoofers from Kicker. Obviously it's square. Cody, you know why we do square, right?
Yeah, more surface area, better bass reproduction.
More bass from a square woofer versus a similar round woofer.
Yeah.
So that's the first reason. Now, one of the hard things about square is making it linear. We've all heard bad sounding bass, distorted bass. Well, a square subwoofer is really hard to get it right, but this is the magic. These corners, these ribbed corners, allow that cone to flex huge amounts of distance, excursion, without any distortion. So you get loud, clean, deep bass. These woofers come in a 10, 12, and a monster 15. They all are rated for 2,000 watts RMS. Now, when I say 2,000 watts, I don't mean for a second, I don't mean for 30 seconds. The 12-inch woofer has been tested for 100 hours at 2,000 watts.
Wow.
That's 4 days, Cody.
That's insane.
This woofer ran for 4 days with 2,000 watts of band-limited pink noise, and it survived. The only reason we stopped the test, because it was Friday afternoon, it was time to go home. We had to shut it down.
That's incredible.
So when we say they handle 2,000 watts, that's all day long, folks, not for 10 seconds. Now, if you're a true competitor and you've blown a woofer, you know it's really hard to replace a subwoofer and expensive.
Yeah.
Well, these are all reconable by the consumer, by you guys and girls. So if you do happen to blow the voice coil, 8 screws. You remove those 8 screws, you take out the old blown up voice coil, and you slide the new one in place, put the screws back in, and you're good to go.
That is insane.
It might take 8 minutes to do that. So these are the soft parts, into the hard parts. Great bass all over again. And again, that's on the 10, 12, and 15. Oh yeah, and there's no glue. So there's no setting time.
Wow.
Yes. Our engineers perfected reconing these subwoofers. Now, some of the technologies you'll notice here, we're using a non-pressed pulp paper cone because we went to the bass head community. We said, hey guys, what do you really want in a subwoofer from Kicker? They said, we don't want the poly, we want the extra light paper cone that's super stiff and rigid and gives us great bass sound. We also have dual opposing progressive spiders for cone control, 3-inch aluminum former voice coil. They come in a single a dual 1 ohm or dual 2 ohm voice coil configuration. Now this is important to understand. If you are reconing them, you must recone with the same impedance. The tolerances in our woofers are so tight, the dual 1 ohm coil will not even physically fit in the dual 2 ohm basket. So be sure you do it right for proper performance. Of course, you have our 8-gauge speaker push terminals, but we also have another set of terminals for 8-gauge wire, so you can multiple wire voice coils easily. So there's 2 ways to connect to these subwoofers. So that's just one of those details the Kicker likes to put into the subwoofers. One of my favorite features to talk about on this woofer, forced air cooling. See if you can get a close-up of this. So forced air cooling, if you've ever bought pizza and you tried to eat it when it was really hot and you burned the roof of your mouth, you learned why we use forced air cooling, right? So basically, as the cone is moving in and out, it is forcing air in and out of these holes, which is cooling the voice coil. So the power rating at 2,000 watts for 100 hours is in part because of the forced air cooling technology. It allows the woofer to maintain a consistent temperature without overheating. Real technology.
Wow.
There's a lot to love about these subwoofers, and probably the most important thing, Cody, sound quality.
Yeah.
We like it loud, and we like it to sound good when it's loud.
Yeah, I mean, these are incredible, and as you can see, he went through and, you know, they've got probably the most amazing recone kit I've ever seen in my life. Like, that is absolutely insane. 8 screws, do it in 8 minutes. I mean, you've got the gnarly, the forced air cooling, and I mean, obviously it's Kicker. They've got the square subwoofer. They know what they're doing when it comes to subwoofers.
Yes,
so
sir.
if you're looking for absolutely insane bass in your car, and the ability to fix that base when you inevitably blow it up for putting way too much wattage to it, this is where you need to be. The Kicker Solo X. Aaron, we really appreciate you walking us through this today. If you're interested at all in learning more, head on over to Kicker's website. Jump on over to any other retailers or sonicelectronics.com and pick one up yourself.